I went to the museum and I saw an Amargasaurus, a Brachiosaurus, a Baryonyx, a Coelophysis, a Dracorex, a Eustriptospondylus, a Frutadens, a Giganotosaurus, and a Heterodontosaurus, an Ingenia, a Jaxartosaurus, a Kentrosaurus, a Mamenchosaurus, and a Nodosaurus. Nodosaurus meant nodal lizard, after the bumpy nodals on its back, legs, head, and tail. It was part of the Nodosaur family, but from the Ankylosauridae family. It was in 2 different families, and it was the leader of the Nodosauridae family. It lived during the Cretaceous in North America. Different states, different regions, and different cities. I went to the museum and I saw an Amargasaurus, a Baryonyx, a Coelophysis, a Dracorex, a Eustriptospondylus, a Frutadens, a Giganotosaurus, a Heterodontosaurus, an Ingenia, a Jaxartosaurus, a Kentrosaurus, a Mamenchosaurus, a Nodosaurus, and an Uranosaurus. Uranosaurus was a hadrosaur that had a sail on its back. It was a very different type of dinosaur because it was related to Iguanodon but had a sail on its back like no other hadrosaur. And the Spinosaurus had a different sail, but still, they both had a sail that was as high as each other's sail. There. I went to the museum and I saw an Amargasaurus, a Baryonyx, a Coelophysis, a Dracorex, and then a Eustriptospondylus, a Frutadens, a Giganotosaurus carnegie, which was its last name, a Heterodontosaurus, an Ingenia, a Jaxartosaurus, a Kentrosaurus, a Mamenchosaurus, a Nodosaurus, an Uranosaurus, and a Parasaurolophus. Parasaurolophus meant beside the lizard crest or false lizard crest. It was spelled Parasaurolophus. It was very famous for its big crest. The most famous was Parasaurolophus tubaceus. The smallest was Parasaurolophus criticostatus. The first discovered was Parasaurolophus walkeri. I went to the museum and I saw a Amargasaurus, a Baryonyx, a Coelophysis, a Dracorex, a Eustriptospondylus, a Frutadens, a Giganotosaurus, and a Heterodontosaurus, an Ingenia, a Jaxartosaurus, a Kentrosaurus, a Mamenchosaurus, a Nodosaurus, and an Uranosaurus, a Parasaurolophus, and a Chicetosaurus. Chicetosaurus was a sauropod that lived in North America during the Cretaceous. They only found one specimen of it, a skull. But they knew it was a sauropod because of the neck adjustments, which was inserted in the head, the shape of the head, and the teeth. And I went to the museum and I saw an Amargasaurus, a Baryonyx, a Coelophysis, a Dracorex, and Eustriptospondylus, a Frutadens, a Giganotosaurus, a Heterodontosaurus, an Ingenia, a Jaxartosaurus, a Kentrosaurus, I forgot L, didn't I?
That's okay. Go ahead.
Forget Lambeosaurus for L, a Mamenchosaurus, a Nodosaurus, and an Uranosaurus, a Parasaurolophus, a Chicetosaurus, and a Rheosaurus. Rheosaurus lived in Argentina and was a prosauropod of the Triassic. It was very big for its size, because most sauropods were as tall as an RV, but this one was 2 inches taller than that. It was found in Argentina, as I told you so. But it wasn't snapped up like Dinosaur snapped up our Margosaurus, because it lived in the Triassic and Dinosaurs lived in the early Cretaceous. I went to the museum and I saw an Amargasaurus, a Baryonyx, a Coelophysis, a Dracoxogortia, a Eustriptospondylus, a Frutadens, a Giganotosaurus, a Heterodontosaurus, an Ingenia, a Jaxarnosaurus, a Ketrosaurus, a Lambeosaurus.
Now tell us about Lambeosaurus.
The Lambeosaurus lived in the Jurassic, but was Cretaceous, but it was snapped up by Deinosuchus. It was one of the most successful dinosaurs, like Iguanodon. It is very well known for its crest. The females only had a short stump on its head, while the males had an enormous strip on it on the back side, and the front part looked like an axe blade. I went to them.
Now after L, M.
After L was Mamenchosaurus, Nodosaurus, Oranosaurus, Parasaurolophus, Cusidosaurus, Riosaurus, and Saltasaurus. Saltasaurus was a sauropod that lived in the Cretaceous. And then Costa Rica lizard, after Salta, Costa Rica. It had a well-armored back with bumps on its back. It was well known for its long neck too. I went to the museum and I saw an Amargasaurus, a Baryonyx, a Coelophysis, a Dracoxogortia, a Eustriptospondylus, a Frutadens, a Giganotosaurus, a Heterodontosaurus, an Ingenia, a Jaxartosaurus, a Kentrosaurus, a Lambeosaurus, a Mamenchosaurus, a Nodosaurus, an Uranosaurus, a Parasaurolophus, a Cusidosaurus, a Riosaurus, a Saltasaurus, and a Tawahala. A Tawahala was a carnivore that lived during the Cretaceous. It was very small, about the size, up to my mama's hip, and it was discovered by Sterling Nesbitt. I went to the museum.
Now just tell me you. What's a eudinosaur?
A eudinosaur is, well, there's a certain eudinosaur called Utahraptor. Utahraptor lived in the Cretaceous, just like all the other dinosaurs that I was talking about, and was a raptor from the raptor family. It was very fierce, the biggest of all raptors. It could slash a person in just 2 seconds. It could kill me in just 2 seconds too. And then there's a V dinosaur called Volcanodon. Volcanodon meant volcano tooth, and because it laid its eggs near volcanic soil, and it had teeth found on volcanoes. There's a W dinosaur called Bananosaurus, which was very small. It was very useful back that time because the Tyrannosaurus Rex, when it wanted a small meal, it would find many hiding places. There would be no hiding places where it would be impossible for him, and they would bend a long well. Then there's an X dinosaur called Xenotarsosaurus, Xenotarsosaurus. You capitalize that, just like you capitalize all the other dinosaur names. And it was a relative of Tyrannosaurus Rex. There's also a Y dinosaur called Yamenosaurus, and its name means Z-Man lizard, after Yemen, China. It lived during the Cretaceous just like every other dinosaur that I was talking about, except for some of them. And finally, there's Zephyrosaurus. His name was spelled Zephyrosaurus. It was a carnivore, but no one knows if it was a raptor or a tyrannosaur or a ceratosaur. It was probably a ceratosaur because it had the same hip bones. And that is the end of the dinosaur game.
Very nice. Thank you, Emily. Very good.